Hey folks, welcome. Um, so I came live a few days ago and I wanted to share with you about this dream that I had. And then we had the mass shooting in Boulder, which is my community. And so suddenly talking to you guys about quantum leaps into success felt totally inappropriate. And so I shared with you a few days ago about my Ho'oponopono practice, this Hawaiian healing practice, to heal what keeps us stuck and also to heal what's showing up for us in the collective, essentially, and to be part of the healing of the collective and the raising of consciousness in the collective. And so today I do want to come back live this week and share with you guys about this dream that I had. So for many, and this is something I've worked with intensely, this concept of letting go of all the ideas I have about what it takes to be successful, what it takes to be happy, what it takes to create the life that I want to create, and essentially see what within me is keeping me stuck and struggling, and what within the collective and within what we've been taught um, is something I need to shift away from and leap over, essentially. And so I've been playing a lot with this in my own mind and with my clients about figuring out the easiest, fastest way to success and letting go of all the thing and releasing, healing all the things that keep us small, keep us quiet, keep us struggling, keep us stuck. And so I think this dream was Sunday. No, actually, I think it was Monday morning. So Sunday night into Monday morning. And it's actually a really simple dream. There's nothing like crazy about it. But for some reason, I woke up and it felt like I had gotten an answer or I had gotten a map. So this is a dream. I'm on my way to a hotel. I'm on my way to some kind of convention. And this feels like New York City. I've been to New York City a couple times. I don't live there. I'm seeing some hearts. Thank you. Um, but I'm coming up from the subway or from a parking lot. So it's dark. I'm walking up, and suddenly I find myself on a busy New York street. Traffic, noise, it's bright, it's sunny out. And I start walking towards the hotel where I have this conference I need to attend. And it's a little bit of a trek. It's actually, I know in my mind it's going to take me a while to get to the hotel, and I'm walking and nothing looks familiar, and I stop and I realize I've actually been walking in the wrong directions. So I'm turning around and I start walking back the other way to go around. It's almost like, if you think of it, it feels to me like I have to make a U. I have to go down that way and come around to find a hotel where my convention is. And so I start walking and I maybe get 2 or 3 steps, and this thought in my dream pops up. And I say, I wonder if there's an easier, faster way to get there. And it's almost like in that moment in my dream, I stop and I check in. Like I check in, like I wait for the answer. Is there an easier, faster way to get to the hotel? I'm afraid I'm going to be late at this point. And right at that moment, it's like I turn around and start looking, and there's an alley. And it's like I didn't see the alley there before. It's in between two big buildings. It's kind of dark. It's one of those New York alleys where there's like a trash bin and something, like it's not particularly appealing. And a thought again pops into my mind in this dream where I'm like, I bet you if I take this alley, it's going to take me straight to the hotel. And so in that moment, I make a choice. It feels right. I decide, even though it looks a little dark and it's unknown, I decide to go for it. And I cross the street. I get a gap in traffic, cross the street real quick, start walking like I'm certain this is the way. And sure enough, like I feel like I walk like 2, 3 minutes in this dream, and there is the hotel a couple blocks like further. And I walk in. It's a beautiful hotel. I walk in, and I was like, that just saved me 15 minutes. That's success. That's like the thought I have. And then I woke up. And so, like I've been mulling on this and playing with this in my mind. And what I got out of this was that most of us take the road that we know, the road that we're comfortable, the road that has the most light, the road that has the most people on it. And it tends to be the hardest road, the longest road for us to get to our destination, whatever your destination is. Um, and for me, this was like this concept of success does not have to take hard work. Success does not have to take sacrifice. Success does not have to take a long time. There are ways that if we can be open to that possibility, if we can look for them, if we can find alignment within, there are ways, there are side roads, there are alleyways that literally cross past all the shit we would have had to deal with to get to our destination. The problem is most of us are not looking for them. We don't believe they exist. And so we're right. If we don't believe they exist, if we don't look for these other ways, these, I mean, it's kind of taking the road less traveled in some ways. And it's not always the easiest road per se, because it takes courage. Like, I definitely in my dream had a moment of looking at that alley and being like, it's a little dark. I bet it smells a little in there. Like, it's unfamiliar. It's not comfortable. And then it felt right on the inside, and I just trusted and went. And so, a lot, without going into like a long thing about this, a lot of this is this concept. I'm looking at my notes, what I wrote down, looking for the more intuitive, the more creative, the more innovative or authentic way to get someplace, to get to where we want to go. Not, excuse me, not following the road that everybody else is telling us to take, not following what feels most common, and essentially going in and being in alignment with what we want to create and trusting. There was an element of trust in this. So, a more intuitive, a more fun, a more authentic. And what I would say, something about this dream too, is that when I turned and I was about to start walking around, I asked a question. I wonder if there's a faster way for me to get there. So I think in taking these quantum leaps in our success, not only do we have to believe it's possible, not only do we have to look for the less traveled road, the less traveled path, but I think so also we have to ask. We have to ask ourselves, we have to ask life, what's an easier way to get to where I want to go? What's a more fun way to get to where I want to go? What's a faster way for me to get to where I want to go? And we have to be willing to be open to listen for the answer, even if it feels weird, even if it feels a little uncomfortable, a little out of our habitual paradigm in some way. Because when we think of quantum leaps, the main aspect of doing a major leap into success is to step out of what's habitual. What's habitual within your own thinking and your own way of being, but also what's habitual in terms of what you've been taught and what you've been told by people. And I will share with you in my own personal business journey, after spending thousands and thousands of dollars with business coaches, following a whole bunch of different strategies and marketing and sales tactics and all of that, and getting nowhere. At some point, I got so fed up, so tired. I said one of my favorite little words. I was like, fuck it. I'm not following this. I'm not doing this. I'm hating my life. I'm getting nowhere on top of it. What feels fun? What do I want to do? And actually, my word was, what feels easy? What would feel easy to do? And that I did something for me that felt easy and felt fun. And I got right away in that first try, it was almost like life was like, yes, finally you're listening in, you're going in, you're looking for your own unique path to success within rather than following everyone else. Yes, that's the way. And I got amazing result from that first try. And so I'm not saying don't listen to anybody else, don't get nuggets here and there. But everything you get from someone else, you check in within. And that is essentially one of the first ways to move forward and have success. You're welcome, Andrew. Andrew says, yes, this is so great. So Andrew is one of that example, somebody who's getting like real good at going in and following his own musing and having tremendous results because of it. So, this thing about quantum leap is, and so this is a question I posted in my group, like, how do I get the same outcome with half the work, half the effort, half the time, and twice the fun? So let me repeat that so you can play with it. How do I get to the same outcome or the outcome I want with half the work, half the effort, half the time, and twice the fun, twice the ease, twice the joy? Use whatever words feels good for you. We as a society have to get away from what we've been taught is the norm. We have to get away from this idea that success takes hard work, that success takes time, that success is going to come at a cost. Because if that's the truth, then who wants it? That's why we're all sabotaging ourselves, or we're staying stuck, or we're going very, very slow. My coach went from struggling and making no money to 7 figures in a year. And that's one of the reasons why I started working with her, because I wanted to know not so much like what did she create, but how the hell did she shift something inside her so that she could create this? Yes, half the work and twice the fun, half the time as well. It doesn't need to take a huge amount of time. It doesn't need to take a huge amount of money. It's about being in alignment. And so this is what I'm going to leave you with. In many ways, having this quantum shift, having success is about daring to see possibilities where we don't know that there are, like almost having new eyes, looking for new ways, just like me in my dream, where rather than going all the way around, I asked myself, is there a faster way? And right in that moment, I noticed the alley that I hadn't seen before. There are so many doors that we don't see, so many people that we could reach out to that we don't think of reaching out to, because we're not in that paradigm. We think we have to work hard. So success is about seeing possibilities. It's about considering that there are possibilities out there. It's also about considering that these possibilities are for us, that they're going to work for us, that it's not just for people out there like my coach. If she did it, then we can do it. And it's also about, once we get that musing, when we get that input, being able to take action. So success does not have to take hard work, but it takes alignment. So you have two ways. You can do the hard work. You can throw a tremendous amount of effort, energy, hard work, time, money at it, and hopefully you get the result. And I will tell you, I know plenty of people who've gone that road and gone nothing. Or you can get aligned. You can connect to not only your own inner guidance, but the guidance that's all around you, and follow on that action, follow on the guidance you get, and get to where you were hoping to get with half the time, half the effort, half the work, and twice the fun. So that is my dream. That is my movement. Mark says, I love that. Half the work, twice the fun and results. Yep. That's my message today. And that's a shift of consciousness. That's a shift of paradigm. And I think it's really necessary. I think so many of us who are brilliant, gifted, heart, soul-filled entrepreneurs are struggling to be visible, to have reach, to make a good living out there, because we're literally trying to offer something to the world that is beyond the three-dimensional aspect of reality. Like, we're beyond 3D, like what we're offering is beyond 3D, but we're still moving in 3D. And that there's a misalignment there. You can't offer something to the world that is elevated and yet try to get there, from an old level of consciousness. So all of us are struggling, or those of us who are struggling because we're stuck in an old paradigm. And life is inviting us through that struggle to look for a different way, to look for what we have to let go of, and to find that quantum leap, and that essentially that possibility that we're not seeing, that's actually really right there in front of our eyes. So this is something I work quite a bit with my clients, is attuning to their own inner guidance, attuning to the guidance that's all around them so they can find their own unique divine path to success. And if that feels interesting to you, then I offer free, I call them soulful success breakthrough calls. Let's get on a call. Like if that's something you're looking for and you're looking for support in that, and you'd like to see how I work and whether or not you want to work with me, then let's get on a call, let's brainstorm, let's see where you're stuck, and let's see what kind of possibilities are actually there. That is one of my geniuses, is to be with people and to see possibilities that they might not be seeing themselves. That's just the way we are as humans. It's so much easier to see the doors and the opportunities and the possibilities in others than it is sometimes to see it in ourselves. That's why we're here as a community, and that's why we need each other in so many ways. All right, guys, it was lovely sharing this with you and being on this call with you. For all of you who were live with me, thank you so much. And if you want to get on that call with me, on that Soulful Success call, just put hashtag brainstorm in the comments or send me a DM, send me a message on Messenger, and I will get back to you and set that up. All right. Bye, folks.